Simmental pin show today. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you to the National Western. Today we only have one pin of percentage pin of 5 Simmental bulls. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin the show today, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our judges for today. Our lead judge is Mr. Kevin Jensen. Kevin is a registered Hereford breeder from Cortland, Kansas. Owns and operates Jensen Brother Herefords along with his wife Sheila. Today the couple runs 450 cows. Jensen Brothers holds 4 annual sales, including selling 100 bulls each spring. He and his wife have 3 grown children, Brady, Brooke, and Ben, who are all active in the Jensen Brother Herefords, and additional 3 grandchildren. He is a past American Hereford Association director. Jensen Brothers successfully presents their cattle at national level shows with champions at all majors and being named premier breeder at the American Royal and the National Western Stock Show, both in 2024. Kevin's judging has taken him to Australia, Argentina, as well as Canada on numerous occasions, and sorted nearly every beef breed junior national, as well as Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, the Royal, the North American, and here at the National Western. This first bull, the first bull that was presented to us from Foster Brothers Farms in Lockney, Texas, is FBFS Nocturnal 039N. This is an April 16th son of TJSC Coping with Destiny 9K. The second bull in this pen, this is FBFS Neptune 109N. He is a April 16th son of FRKG Alpha 311L. Again, this is your pen of 5 percentage bulls from Foster Brothers Farms. Our associate judge today that is assisting Kevin in the ring is Mr. Robin Hogberg. Robin, along with his wife Michelle and their son John, own and operate Bar H Land and Cattle Company, Angus Seed Stock Operation in East Central Saskatchewan, Canada. Bar H has an annual bull sale the first Thursday in March at the ranch, where they market primarily 2-year-old bulls. Robin has spent his entire life in the seed stock industry. Their family operated a Hereford herd for 40 years before building an Angus program, which exists today. The Angus cow herd primarily consists of 220 females, mostly calving in May. Over the years, the family has exhibited both breeds at major livestock shows across Canada, with Herefords being exhibited successfully also in the United States. Robin grew up in the 4-H program, showing steers and heifers, was also involved in the Canadian Junior Hereford Association, showing a first number of junior bonanzas. Robin has judged at a number of beef livestock shows across Canada and the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mr. Kevin Jensen and Mr. Robin Hogberg.
Back over here on the Charolais side, we'll be starting with our pin of 5 for our 2026 pin show. Our first class is Class 101A. This entry is 181, brought to us by Next Gen Cattle Company of Paxico, Kansas. Next Gen has an annual bull sale on April 16th and 17th of 2026 at the ranch, as well as consigning a national sale lot for their pick of pin heifers as Lot 18. The lead bull in for Next Gen Cattle Company is N086. He weighed 1,060 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.28. The second bull entry for Next Gen's pin is N091. He weighed 1,085 pounds with a WDA of 3.38 pounds.
The third member of our Pen of 5 percentage Simmental bulls is FBFS Norman, 140N. He's an April 20th son of TJSC Coping with Destiny 9K. And the fourth member that's in the ring now, this is FBFS Newton, 068N. He is a April 30th son of WHF JS CCS Double Up G365. This pen of bulls from Foster Brothers Farms. Of course, Foster Brothers is owned and operated by Jody and Shonda Foster, David and Darley Foster. With the ranch manager, Cyan Young, the daughter of Jody and Shonda. Located in Lockney, Texas, just north of the great Texas Tech University. They have their annual sale on April 17th in Amarillo, Texas. Their pen is in 326. Go down and visit them after the show.
The third bull in over here on the Charolais side for the Next Gen Cattle Company is N043. He weighed 1,080 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.23 pounds.
And the fifth and final member of the Foster Brothers pen is FBFS No Mercy, 033N. This is an April 14th son of TJSC Coping with Destiny 9K. This pen had an average weight per day of age of 4.18 pounds. And an average API on these bulls of 107. Again, this will be our single entry on percentage Pen of 5 bulls this year, and they will serve as our grand champion Pen of 5 bulls from Foster Brothers Farms, Lockney, Texas.
Over here on the Charolais side, our fourth bull for Next Gen's Pen of 5 is N155. He weighed 940 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.33 pounds. Dr. Rathman's evaluating this pen. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors of the American International Charolais Association here in Denver, Boyer Core Show Cattle, Pleasantville, Iowa, CK Sales and Marketing of Topeka, Kansas, Circle F Farms LLC north of Lyons, Georgia. Now entering for Next Gen will be the Anchor Bull N040. He weighed 1,100 pounds with a WDA of 3.28 pounds. This pen in total had an average weight of 1,053 pounds with an average WDA of 3.3 pounds, an average days of age, and an average scrotal size of 34 centimeters, and average days of age of 319 days. Again, this will be our single entry for Class 101A, brought to us by Next Gen Cattle Company, Paxico, Kansas.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our judges are putting a final eyeball on our percentage Pen of 5 bulls from Foster Brothers, I would also like to offer you an opportunity tomorrow at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the one and only sale, which will be right here, right behind me here at the Stockyards Event Center Auction Pavilion. Again, that sale will be at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, right behind us here in the auction facility.
Congratulations to our first class winner of the day for our Pen and 5 Bull Show on the Charolais side. Our class winner for 101A is Next Gen Cattle Company of Paxico, Kansas. Our next class entering will be Class 101B, and we will have one entry in Class 101B. Our entry for the Class 101B is entry number 182. It is brought to us by Cody Cattle Company of Scandia, Kansas. Cody Cattle Company are longtime pen exhibitors here at the National Western Stock Show. Their annual bull sale this year will be on February 28th at the ranch in Scandia, Kansas. The lead bull for Cody Cattle Company is 502. He weighed 1,175 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.42 pounds per day.
Go ahead, Kevin. I think Doc Rathman's done talking.
Well, thank you. Both Robin and I are looking forward to this morning, and I really appreciate working with him. Now, I don't know if we can have the terminology of the professor over there on the other side, but we'll try. First thing we noticed about these bulls is they're very uniform. They're pretty darn good-footed. They've got a little growth. They've got some frame. Things that you could tell ranchers need, and when they're selling bulls, we like those things about them. I really appreciate the shape they're in, the condition. Both of us commented on that. If we were to change them, we may beef up those dollar indexes a bit. That'd be for something on paper we'd change, but like the bulls, like the way their foot come to the ground, maybe just a little critical on a couple of their hind legs, but a really nice set of rancher bulls here, folks, to start this show. Let's give these folks a round of applause. Nice set of cattle.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, your champion pen, a percentage 5 Simmental bulls, goes to our friends from Lockney, Texas. This is Foster Brothers Farms. Congratulations, guys. Great pen of bulls.
The next bull over here on the Charolais side entering for Cody Cattle Company's Pen and 5 Bulls is 5209. This bull weighed 1,210 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.38 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break and take a picture of our percentage pen of bulls, and we'll be right back with our Pen of 5 purebred bulls.
Coming in over here for the Triple C Pen of 5 Charolais bulls is 5051. This bull weighed 1,295 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.66 pounds. As our judge is evaluating this class, I'd like to take this time to thank some more dignitaries for being with us. Sorry, I'm not going to name all off. I don't know where they all are, but I'd like to thank several of our board of directors for being here. I know I saw our board president, Mr. Frank Ellis, walk in here. Him and his wife came out to join us. Appreciate you, Frank, for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we are breaking to take pictures of our champion percentage pen, this is a great opportunity for everybody to come buy their power tickets, their power Simmental tickets, right down here at the table, right to the left of the announcer stand. You come down here and give them money, and they explain to you how we're going to spend it, all right? But it's a great opportunity for you to have a voice in selecting our power Simmental bulls and females with the opportunity of owning one of those animals. So folks, have a chance to come down. Please take time to come support the great program.
The fourth bull entering for Cody Cattle Company Pen over here on the Charolais side is 5063. This individual weighed 1,350 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.87 pounds. The anchor bull entering for Cody Cattle Company is 5009. He weighed 1,450 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.81 pounds. This pin in total had an average weight of 1,296 pounds with an average WDA of 3.62, an average scrotal size of 37 centimeters, and average days of age of 356. Again, this is our single entry for Class 101B brought to us by Cody Cattle Company of Scandia, Kansas. Their annual bull sale will be held this year February 28th at the ranch. As we continue evaluating this pin, I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors for the events here at the National Western Stock Show for the Charolais Association. I'd like to thank Cody Cattle Company of Scandia, Kansas, DeBrucker Charolais of Dutton, Montana, and Dennis Charolais Farms of St. Joe, Texas. Congratulations to our class winner 101B, brought to us by Cody Cattle Company of Scandian, Kansas. Next, on the Charolais side, we will begin selecting our champion and reserve champion pin of 5 bulls. Returning will be our champion reserve champion pin selection from our first class, Class 101A, or class winners, was brought to us by Next Gen Cattle Company of Paxico, Kansas. This pin had an average weight of 1,053 pounds, with an average weight per day of age of 3.3 pounds, an average scrotal circumference of 34 centimeters, average days of age of 319 days. Next, returning is our Class 101B class winner, Cody Cattle Company of Scandia, Kansas. This pin had an average weight of 1,296 pounds, average WDA 3.62 pounds, and an average scrotal circumference of 37 centimeters, and average days of age of 356 days. Again, congratulations to both these pin show exhibitors on their class winnings. They are back here in contention for Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Pin of 5 Charolais Bulls.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Simmental side, we are beginning our Class 2 Purebred Pin of 5 bulls. This is a pin from Lee Simmental Farm, Columbia, Missouri. The first bull in the ring is LLSF Touchstone N200. This is a March 14th son of WHF Point Proven H45. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Simmental Farms, owned and operated by Jerry and Barb Lee, Columbia, Missouri. Their sale dates for this year are going to be in March of 26 and November. They'll have a bull sale in March, female sale in November. Their yard pins are 233 and 235. Their power Simmental female is lot 52, and their one and only sale lots are lots 10 and 46. The second bull in this pin of 5 purebred bulls is LLSF Stonewall N73. This is a March 15th son of LLSF Redstone J89. Lee Simmental Farms is located in central Missouri, in Columbia, Missouri. They have been breeding Simmentals for 45 years. Their herd consists of around 250 head of Simmental and Sim Angus cows. They utilize the embryo transplant and AI extensively throughout their program. They produce breed-changing sires such as Pays to Believe, Uprising, and Vantage Point, to list a few. Their goal has always been to produce sound, functional cattle with longevity and fertility being a major focus in their program. They have an online bull sale in March and an online heifer sale in November, plus cattle for sale, private treaty, year-round. Visitors are always welcome. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your Pin of 5 purebred bulls from Lee Simmental Farms, Columbia, Missouri. The third member is LLSF Copenhagen in 1837. This is a March 2nd son of TJSC Coping with Destiny 9K.
Congratulations to our grand champion Pin of 5 Charolais Bulls going to Cody Cattle Company of Scandian, Kansas, and our reserve grand champion Pin of 5 going to Next Gen Cattle Company of Paxico, Kansas. We will be doing a short picture break, and then we will roll right into the Pin of 3 Charolais Bulls.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth member of the Lee Pen here at Lee Simmental Farms, that was LLSF Woodsman N258. That is a March 10th son of WHF JS CCS Woodford J001. And the anchor bull, the Baldy bull that came in last, is LLSF Bold Move N450. That is a March 3rd son of KBHR Bold Ruler H152. That pen had an average weight per day of age of 3.41. 3.41. Now, again, that was your Pen of 5 purebred bulls from Lee Simmental Farms, Columbia, Missouri. Our next pen of bulls comes to us from Shockey Farms, Westmoreland, Kansas. The first bull in their pen is SFI HOEL Class Act 504N. This is a February 13th son of THSF Loverboy B33. Shockey Farms is owned and operated by Scott and Candy Shockey, Westmoreland, Kansas. Their annual gold bullion bull sale will be on March 1st at the farm. Their yard pins are pins 221, 223, and 225. Their power Simmental this year is lot 25. And then they also have embryos selling in the one and only, lot 23, and then also lots 22B and C. Shockey Farms has been a family-owned and operated Simmental program for more than 45 years. Since day one, their priority has been to produce seed stock cattle that are sound, functional, and display genetic excellence. They focus on raising bulls that have superior disposition, added growth, and pounds to your calves while still maintaining structural integrity within your pasture. Their bulls and heifers are available private treaty at the National Western. In addition, there will be more than 80 head of breed-changing sires sold March 1st in the 24th annual Gold Bullion Sale. They also sell open heifers in October. Bred cows and heifers are available in the Legends of the Flint Hills in December. To learn more, visit ShockeyFarmsInc.com. The second member of this pen comes to you from Shockey Farms in Westmoreland, Kansas. This is SFI We Salute N24. This is a February 17th son of Rockin' P private stock. The third member, this is SFI Legit N31, a February 16th son of Rockin' P private stock. The fourth member of this pen from Shockey Farms in Westmoreland, Kansas is SFI Premium Standard N1F. This is a January 19th son of WHF JSCCS Woodford J001. And the anchor bull in this pen for Shockey Farms is SFI Got 'em Talkin' N22. This is a February 9th son of WHF JSCCS Woodford J001. This pen had an average weight per day of age of 3.87 with an average API in this pen of 131. Again, this is your pen of 5 purebred bulls from Shockey Farms. Again, their bull sale will be March 1st, and there'll be the 24th annual gold bullion sale at the ranch in Westmoreland, Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, as I give my friends from Westmoreland a chance to tether these bulls back up, I want to recognize the people that make this all happen. Of course, we want to introduce our Colorado Simmental Yard Superintendent, my good friend right here to my left, Mr. Willie Altenberg. Willie, thank you for everything you do for this breed. Colorado Simmental President, Mr. Paul Hill. Of course, Colorado Simmental Executive Secretary, as always. Again, here to my left, Miss Susan Russell. Colorado Simmental Directors and Volunteers, Jane Beatty, Jolyn Midcap, Chad Cook, Kurt Russell, Roger Shager, Cody Pitt, Dwayne Uris, Lane Geis, and Jamie Gitling. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes a small army to put this together. Let's put our hands together and thank all of our volunteers and our board of directors that help put this show on. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce your American Simmental leaders that are here today. Dr. John DeClark, your ASA Executive Vice President, is here. Doc, where are you at? I know he was here. I spoke to him earlier. Dr. Ben Kreitz, your ASA and IGS Commercial and Industry Director. Maya Byer, ASA Youth and Foundation Manager, and of course my great friend Chance Udikowski, your ASA Progress Through Performance Coordinator. Let's put our hands together again for those people that lead this great breed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin to select our grand and reserve grand champion, pen of 5 purebred bulls. The pen on your right, will be the pen from Lee Simmental Farms, Columbia, Missouri. This pen had an average ribeye of 14.25, a weight per day of age of 3.41, and an average API of 121. The pen on your left is the pen from Shockey Farms, Westmoreland, Kansas. Again, this pen of 5 bulls had an average ribeye area of 14.89, a weight per day of age of 3.87, and an average API of 131.
Back over on our Charolais side, we began our pen of 3 Charolais Bull Show. Our first class of the day is Class 201A. We will have one entry in this class. Entry number 183, brought to us by Thomas Ranch of Harold, South Dakota. Thomas Ranch has been longtime National Western Pen Show exhibitors. Their annual bull sale this year will be on April 14th at the ranch. And as well today, they will be offering a female along with J.D. Ledoux in the national sale as Lot 4. The lead bull for the Thomas Ranch pen is 5721. He weighed 1,285 pounds with a WDA of 4.02. The second member of the Thomas Ranch pen entering is 5734. This young herd sire weighed 1,130 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.71. As our judge, Dr. Rathman, begins evaluating our first pen of the day, I'd like to take this time to thank some of our friends from across both borders, Arnulfo de la Garza, Secretary of the Mexico Charolais Association, as well as Carlos Enriquez, the Junior President of the Mexican Junior Association, as well as Craig Scott with Canadian Charolais, and Casey Phillips, past president of the Canadian Charolais Association. We thank you all for being here with us at the National Western Stock Show. The third and final bull from Thomas Ranch is 5718. He weighed 1,270 pounds with a WDA of 3.89 pounds. This pen in total had an average weight of 1,228.33 pounds with an average WDA of 3.87 and an average scrotal circumference of 34.7 centimeters, as well as 316 average days of age. I'd like to take this time to thank some more of our sponsors here for the American International National ROE Show sponsors this year. Eaton Charolais, Lindsay, Montana, Efforts Key Ranch, Granville, North Dakota, Full Circle Cattle Company, Lake, Kansas, Great Northern Bull Sale, Clear Lake, Minnesota. We thank you for your sponsorship and contributions to the American International Charolais Association.
Over on the Simmental side, we've got two groups of pen of 5 purebreds, and it's very interesting. I think the first thing we want to acknowledge is that we've got a pen of March bulls, and then we've got a pen of bulls that there's a little bit of age difference. They're Februaries, so we want to consider that. But I really appreciate Kevin and I both the uniformity in both these pens. This younger pen especially comes to us, and when you get them together, you appreciate the length of body, the dimension they have in their hip,
They get around the ring real good. They're flexible. And you look on paper, I think they read reasonably well. I think when you go through the numbers, we like the extra ribeye they have per 100 over the other group in the class. But just a real nice uniform pen of bulls that comes to us in real good, honest condition. The second pen, the older pen that we've got here, is extremely uniform, very well presented. They come to us, you love the design, the structural soundness of these bulls as they come in. I really appreciate the feet on these bulls and the soundness that they have down on the ground. And I think when you look at them on paper, I think for the most part, as I said, there is some give and take, but I think when you look at the API number, it's just a little stronger. They're just a little stronger when you go all the way through the numbers. They're going to be your class winner and division champion. This pen here is going to be a reserve. But congratulations once again to a very outstanding class winner. And if you would, put your hands together.
Congratulations to our first class winner from today's Pen and 3 Bull Show goes to Thomas Ranch of Harold, South Dakota. Next, entering the ring, we will have 3 entries in Class 201B.
Ladies and gentlemen, on our Simmental side, your champion, grand champion Pen of 5 Bulls, presented to you by Shockey Farms, Westmoreland, Kansas, and your reserve grand champion Purebred Pen of 5 Bulls from Lee Simmental Farms, Columbia, Missouri. Congratulations. Folks, we're going to be breaking again for pictures, and then we'll be right back and start our percentage Pen of 3 show. We'll have Class 3 percentage Pen of 3 Bulls will be next. Once again, Simmental enthusiasts, please make your way down here and get your Power Simmental tickets bought, please. This is a good time to do it while we're waiting on getting our pictures done. This would be a great time to come down and purchase those tickets.
Jumping back over here on the Charolais side, our next class earning is 201B. As I stated before, there will be 3 entries in this class. Our first entry is entry number 184, coming to us from Cliff Livestock of Ellensburg, Washington, longtime pen show exhibitors. They market cattle and females and bulls throughout the year. The lead bull entering the ring today is tag number 2508. He weighed 1,165 pounds with a WDA of 3.61 pounds. Again, we have a full weekend here of Charolais events at the National Western Stock Show. After the pen show today, please stick around and go back and visit through the pens with folks, as well as attending the 47th National Sale over my right shoulder here in the sale pavilion at 2 o'clock. Tomorrow will be the Junior Heifer Show beginning at 8 a.m. over in the Legacy Building, and then on Monday will be the Open Show. The next bull coming in from Cliff Livestock is 2513. He weighed 1,060 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.3 pounds. As Dr. Rathman is evaluating this pen, I'd like to take this time to thank some more of our sponsors here at the National Western Stock Show. Hebert Charolais, Hyannis, Nebraska, MU Cell Corporation, Bill King Ranch, Moriarty, New Mexico, and Lynn Scoff's LT Ranch of Isabel, South Dakota. Thank you for your contributions to our events here at the National Western Stock Show. The next bull coming in, anchoring Cliff Livestock's pen, is 2501. He weighed 1,140 pounds with a WDA of 3.25. This pen in total had an average weight of 1,121.66 pounds with an average weight per day of age of 3.38 pounds and an average scrotal circumference of 36.7 centimeters on an average days of age of 331 days. Again, this is brought to us by Cliff Livestock, Ellensburg, Washington. Coming in next for 201B here on the Charolais Pen of 3 Bull Show side will be entry number 185, brought to us by a very long-time pen exhibitors and historical efforts Key Ranch of Granville, North Dakota. Their annual bull sale this year will be on March 12th in Rugby, North Dakota. The lead bull from Efforts Key Ranch is 6N. He weighed 1,490 pounds with a weight per day of age of 4.11 pounds. The second bull leading in for Efforts Key Ranch is 109N. This bull weighed 1,305 pounds with a WDA of 4.02 pounds. Dr. Rathman's evaluating efforts as pen here. I'd like to take this time to thank some more sponsors. Schrader Ranch of Wells, Kansas. Thomas Ranch of Harold, South Dakota. And Three Fires Cattle Company, Lacine, Kansas. The anchor bull for Efforts Key Ranch will be 125N. This bull weighed 1,260 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.97 pounds. In total, this pen had an average weight of 1,351.66 pounds with an average WDA of 4.03, a average scrotal circumference of 39.2 centimeters with 334 average days of age. Our final entry here for 201B is entry number 186, brought to us by Schrader Ranch of Wells, Kansas, longtime pen show exhibitors and National Western Stock Show enthusiasts. Schrader Ranch's annual bull sale this year will be on March 17th at the ranch. The lead bull for Schrader's pen is 577N. He weighed 1,125 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.24 pounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our pen of 3 percentage Simmental bulls, our first pen comes to you from Ulrich Cattle Company, Norfolk, Nebraska. The first bull is OHL Noisemaker 2135N. This is a March 9th son of SFI Shockwave K27. Ulrich Cattle Company is owned and operated by Wayne and Barb Ulrich, Norfolk, Nebraska. Their 19th annual bull sale will be this year, February 2nd, at the farm in just east of Norfolk, Nebraska. They are located in pens 335 and 337, and they invite you down to evaluate all of their bulls that they brought to the National Western.
Back over on the Charolais side, the second bull here for the Schrader Ranch pen is 580N. This bull weighed 1,165 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.36 pounds.
Wayne and Barb Ulrich own and operate their purebred cattle operation consisting of Simmentals, Angus, Maines, and Keys, along with raising a few show steers. Their primary goal is to simply raise high-quality cattle that work for all aspects of the cattle industry. Soundness, performance, maternal disposition, and looks are all traits they breed for. They host an annual female sale in the fall on Show Circuit online sales, and their annual bull sale again is held first Monday in February, this year, February 2nd, 2026. This will be their 19th annual sale. Good cattle are their passion, right along with working with good people in the cattle industry. Their second entry to the pen of 3 bulls from Ulrich's Cattle Company is OHL NASCAR 291N. He is a April 4 son of FRKG Justice 113J. And their anchor bull in this pen of 3 is OHL News Release 6265N. This is a February 27th son of J Soul Something About Mary 8421. This pen had an average ribeye area of 14.5, an average weight per day of age of 3.81, and an average API of 95.
Back over on the Charolais pen show, the anchor bull here from Schrader Ranch is 597N. This bull weighed 1,100 pounds with a WDA of 3.31. In total, the Schrader Ranch pen had an average weight of 1,130 pounds with an average WDA of 3.3, average scrotal circumference of 36.8 centimeters on 341 average days of age. Again, this is brought to us by Schrader Ranch of Wells, Kansas. Their annual bull sale will be March 17th at the ranch.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second pin in this Class 3 percentage pin of 3 bulls comes to us from Genetics Plus Group, Tecumseh, Nebraska. This first bull is GPG Nirvana 4143N. This is a February 11th son of TL Revenant 35. Genetics Plus Group is owned and operated by Mike and Kay Hartman, along with their son Dalton and his family. The ranch is located in southeastern Nebraska, in Tecumseh, Nebraska, and their annual bull sale will be Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Their cattle are located in Pen 321, and they invite you down to see all of the bulls that they brought to town in Pen 321. Again, this is your Pen of 3 percentage bulls from the Genetics Plus Group, Tecumseh, Nebraska. The second entry in the Genetics Plus Group is GPG Navigate 920N. This is a February 12th son of STCC Tecumseh 058J. And the third and final member of our Pen of 3 percentage bulls from Genetics Plus Group, Tecumseh, Nebraska. This is GPG Nobility 5120N. This is a February 7th son of RP BCR Eminence H005. This pen had an average ribeye area of 16.01 inches, an average weight per day of age of 4.01, and an average API of 110. Again, this is your Pen of 3 percentage bulls from Genetics Plus Group, Tecumseh, Nebraska.
Congratulations on our Charolais side for Class 201B. First place goes to Schrader Ranch of Wells, Kansas. Second goes to Efforts Key Ranch of Granville, North Dakota. And third goes to Cliff Livestock of Ellensburg, Washington. Entering next will be Class 201C. We will have 2 entries in Class 201C.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get you caught back up in our Simmental Pen of 3 percentage bulls. This is entry 4225 from Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota. Their entries are OMF Natural N5. That was their lead bull. And he is a January 13th son of Miss MR SR71 right now, E1538. Their second bull, the Baldy Bull, that came out second, that was a January 27th son of MRWC Trifecta, 975J. He is OMF Nomad N40. And the anchor bull was OMF Northern N73. He is a February 16th son of J Trademark 1037. These bulls had an average ribeye area of 14.99 inches, a weight per day of age of 3.79 pounds, and an average API of 147. Again, this is your Pen of 3 percentage bulls from Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota. Oak Meadow Farms is owned and operated by Dr. Lynn and Barb Agan, along with their son, Matt and Jessica Agan, and their sons, Hunter and Garrett. Their annual bull sale, their 8th annual bull sale, this year will be held on February 8th, along with 5-Star and Diamond K at Cresco, Iowa. They'll be offering 100 head of bulls, bred females, and pairs. Their pen is Pen 322 in the yards, and they encourage you all to come visit the Oak Meadow Farms pen. Their herd consists of 160 spring calving females utilizing extensive AI and ET work. This is their 22nd time exhibiting Simmental bulls in the yards at the National Western. Again, this is your Pen of 3 bulls from Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota.
Back over on the Charolais side, we began Class 201C. Our first entry in 201C is 187, brought to us by the Zender-Wagney Partnership Group of Stanchfield, Minnesota. They're longtime pen exhibitors here at the National Western Stock Show. Zender-Wagney Partnership's annual bull sale this year will be March 28th in Greenbush, Minnesota. And as well, today they have a national sale. Pickup bred heifers selling as Lot 7 in today's national sale at 2 o'clock. The lead bull from the Zender-Wagney Partnership Group is 5069. This bull weighed 1,315 pounds with a WDA of 3.89 pounds. The second bull here in the ring right now for the Zender-Wagney Partnership is 5054. This bull weighed 1,280 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.73 pounds. Next coming in is their anchor bull, 5014. This bull weighed 1,360 pounds with a WDA of 3.6. In total, the Zender-Wagney Partnership Group's pen had an average weight of 1,318.33 pounds with a WDA of 3.74, average scrotal size of 37 centimeters, and 352 average days of age. Again, this is brought to us by the Zender-Wagney Partnership Group as our first entry in Class 201C.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we have our 4th and final pen of our percentage Pen of 3 bulls in this class, this is a pen from Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas. Their first bull is Fields Norman N506. All 3 of these bulls are sons of Keneally Commerce. This is a January 9th son, again, of Keneally Commerce. Field Cattle Company is owned and operated by Braden and Lauren Field and Elijah Field. Located in north central Kansas, in Cortland, Kansas. Their sale date is March 2nd this year, 2026, and their pen is Pen 229 here in the yards. Again, we encourage all of you to have a chance to go down in the yards and visit all of these producers. Again, this is your first entry. This is from Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas. The second entry in this pen, this is Fields Nash N508. Again, a January 12th son of Keneally Commerce.
On the Charolais side, our second entry coming in for Class 201C is entry number 188. This pin is brought to us by Wright Charolais of Richmond, Missouri. Wright's been longtime supporters of National Western Stock Show and longtime pin show exhibitors. Wright's annual bull sale this year will be on March 14th at the ranch. And as well today, they will be offering a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the national sales selling pick of the herd in Lot 1. Their lead bull today is 5138. This bull weighed 1,350 pounds with a WDA of 3.68.
And our third and final member of the Pen of 3 percentage Simmental bulls from Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas, is Field's Next Level, N510, again a January 12th son of Keneally Commerce. This pen had an average ribeye area of 15.82 inches, an average weight per day of age of 3.84, with an average API of 155. Again, this is your Pen of 3 percentage Simmental bulls from Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas. These are all, again, half brothers and out of Keneally Commerce.
The next bull entering for Wright's Pen is 5291. This bull weighed 1,335 pounds with a WDA of 3.72 pounds. As we're evaluating this second bull here from Wright's Pen, we'd like to take this time to thank some more of our sponsors, the American Charolais Association here at National Western Stock Show. We'd like to thank Wright Charolais of Richmond, Missouri, Zender-Wauge Partnership of Stanchfield, Minnesota. Thank you all for your contributions to the Charolais Association.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we capture these bulls from Field Cattle Company, we will be selecting our class winners. I place our class in Class 3. And then following that, we have a single division in our percentage Pen of 3 bulls in Class 4. But folks, we are going to be doing our Power Simmental selection at the end of the bull show. So at the complete end. So folks, you still have plenty of time to come get your tickets bought. But we will be doing our Power Simmental at the end of the complete bull show.
Back over on the Charolais side. Our anchor bull from Wright Charolais is 5281. This young herd sire weighed 1,285 pounds with a WDA of 3.55. In total, Wright Charolais' pen had an average weight of 1,323.33 pounds with an average WDA 3.65 pounds, with an average scrotal circumference of 40 centimeters on 361 average days of age. Again, this is brought to us by Wright Charolais, Richmond, Missouri.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on the Simmental side of our ring, as you sit in the stands from your right to left, your first pin will be the bulls from Ulrich's Cattle Company, Norfolk, Nebraska. Next to them is the pin from Genetics Plus Group in Tecumseh, Nebraska. Your next pin will be your pin of 3 from Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota. And the bulls on your far left are the pin of bulls from Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas.
As we're awaiting the placing of Class 201C over here on the Charolais side, I'd like to remind everyone today of our 47th National Sale here at the Yard Sale Pavilion. We will begin displaying cattle in the sale display area over on the other side of the barn at 1 o'clock. Then the sale will start promptly at 2 p.m. Again, please stick around after the pin shows today to come take in the national sale and as well as visit with breeders and exhibitors down here in our pin show. Congratulations to our pin show exhibitors from 201C. Our class winner goes to Wright Charolais, Richmond, Missouri. Second place goes to Zinder-Woggy Partnership of Stanchfield, Minnesota. Coming in now, we will begin our selection of our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion pin of 3 bulls on the Charolais side. We're beginning our parade to select our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion pin of 3 Charolais bulls, returning from our first class winner of the day from Class 201A. It's entry number 183, brought to us by Thomas Ranch of Harold, South Dakota. Thomas's pin had an average weight of 1,228.33 pounds with an average WDA of 3.87. The average scrotal size on these bulls was 34.7 centimeters at 316 average days of age. Next in will be returning for our second class winner, brought to us by Schrader Ranch of Wells, Kansas. Schrader Ranch's bulls had an average weight of 1,130 pounds with an average WDA of 3.3 pounds, average scrotal size of 36.8 centimeters on an average days of age of 341. The third and final class winner returning for our Grand Reserve Grand Champion pin of 3 bull selection is exhibited by Wright Charolais of Richmond, Missouri. Wright's pin had an average weight of 1,323.33 pounds with a weight per day of age of 3.65 pounds and an average scrotal size of 40 centimeters on an average of 361 days of age. Again, we'd like to also thank Dr. Ryan Rathman for being here with us in Denver to evaluate our national ROE pin show today here at the Charolais show. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. As we're evaluating these bulls, briefly, I'm going to go through a quick long list of sponsors we'd like to thank for our events here at the National Western Stock Show for the Charolais Association, Boyer Core Show Cattle of Pleasantville, Iowa, CK Sales and Marketing of Topeka, Kansas, Circle F Farms LLC North, Lyons, Georgia, Cody Cattle Company, Scandia, Kansas, DeBrucker Charolais, Dutton, Montana, Dennis Charolais Farms, St. Joe, Texas, Eaton Charolais, Lindsay, Montana, Efforts Key Ranch of Granville, North Dakota, Full Circle Cattle Company of Lakin, Kansas, Great Northern Bull Sale, Clear Lake, Minnesota, Hebert Charolais of Hyannis, Nebraska, MU Cell Corporation, Bill King Ranch, Moriarty, New Mexico, Linscoff's LT Ranch, Isabel, South Dakota, Schrader Ranch, Wells, Kansas, Thomas Ranch, Harold, South Dakota. Three Fires Cattle Company, Lacine, Kansas. Wright Charolais, Richmond, Missouri, and Zender Waggy Partnership of Stanchfield, Minnesota. Again, thank you all for being friends and sponsors of our events here at the National Western Stock Show. Congratulations to Wright Charolais of Richmond, Missouri for exhibiting the Grand Champion Pin of 3 Charolais Bulls. Returning for contention for Reserve Grand Champion Pin of 3 Bulls is brought to us by Zender Waggy Partnership of Stanchfield, Minnesota. This pin had an average weight of 1,318.33 pounds with an average WDA of 3.74, average scrotal size of 37 centimeters at 352 average days of age.
Well, both of us on the Simmental side, when these bulls all got back over there in their pens, we looked at it and we said we have no clue what we're going to or how we're going to place them. It's that difficult. It's not simple. And we can go back and forth many ways. And we just sat here and decided how we're going to do it. And first of all, let's give all these breeders a round of applause for a really good group of bulls. I'm just going to start and walk down through and tell you a few of the things that we talked about. Probably the more moderate frame bulls over here that come in first fit together very well. They move very well. They're neat to look at, very attractive, very well presented. You have to like them a lot just in their visual look, their power, their muscle. And for their frame score, they're not maybe as big framed as some of the other bulls, but they're very good kind of cattle. We'd like them both, or all three of them, very well. We'd like to see them GEPD'd. That'd probably be where we'd like to see the most improvement if we had that. But beyond that, we like everything else about them quite well. All righty, and then as we got into the second pin that come in, big, powerful dudes. You have to like their testicle shape. You have to like their muscle. You can see that they're powerful kind of bulls. We like that. We could change their foot structure. We could change the way that they come to the ground a bit. We like the power and the look. Now, they give up performance on figures, especially in your API and your terminal indexes compared to some of them, so it makes it difficult. We like the quality, like the look, like the power, lots of substance, definitely a plus in testicle size. Then we run into, and also as one thing we didn't talk about is some of these bulls are purebred, some of them are half-bloods. What a difference that makes, and you can see it when you look at the bulls visually. The third group of bulls that come in, we have a half-blood, and then 3/4 and 5/8, is that right? Purebred. So again, there's some differences here. Now, we like the bulls on paper. We like them visually. They're maybe not as powerful, maybe not as complete as maybe the two that we just talked about, but they're good bulls. We like the way they come to the ground, like the power, the length of body that they have. I think as you look at them, I think the bull on this left side that's a half-blood is just one really good rascal. And he may not have maybe as much muscle shape as some of the other bulls, but a half-blood, being a half-blood that he is, he probably tends to look a little more like the maternal part of his pedigree. But a really good bull. Then we have the bulls that completed the group, or the first group in, I should say. We both had them ranked the highest when we looked at their figures. So compliments to you guys for doing those things. Testicle shape. Now, where we get in trouble with them, though, is they're just a little plainer in the way they're put together. I'd like to just have them a little nicer phenotypically when you look at them, and that's when we get in a problem with them. And then that makes this class even more difficult. But they have an advantage in performance when you look at the paper. Very big plus. These bulls will be very, very sellable, even though they may just be a little plainer to look at phenotypically. So I probably haven't answered a thing after we've talked through them. And we are at Denver, and we are at the stock show. We want these cattle to have some look. We want them to have some figures. Tough to do in this particular class. So in this class, we're going to start with these bulls. You guys will be second, you'll be third, and you'll be fourth. Let's give them a round of applause.
Congratulations to the Zinderwagi Partnership, Stanchfield, Minnesota, for exhibiting the 2026 Reserve Grand Champion Pen of 3 Charolais Bulls. Congratulations to all our pen show exhibitors today. As a reminder, we have a full day of events today, tomorrow, and Monday. We will begin displaying the national sale cattle at 1 o'clock over in the display area, with the sale starting promptly at 2 p.m. And we also encourage everyone after the national sale to go back to everyone's pens and take in the comradeship and visit with these great breeders about genetics that they have to offer. Thank you all for attending. Have a good rest of your day.
And ladies and gentlemen, from that previous class in the Simmental Percentage Pen Show, Class 3, your winner of that class was entry 3624 from Genetics Plus Group, Tecumseh, Nebraska. Second place was Oak Meadow Farms of Harmony, Minnesota, entry 4225. Third place in that Class 3 was entry 1273 of Ulrich's Cattle Company, Norfolk, Nebraska. And fourth place was entry 267 of Field Cattle Company, Cortland, Kansas. Now in the ring is Class 4, Percentage Pen of 3 Bulls with entry 4582, Foster Brothers Farms, Lockney, Texas. The first bull in that pen is FBFS Made for More 512M, a stag fortunate son, born September 18th of 2024. Second bull in that entry 4852 of Foster Brothers Farms is FBFS Magnitude 538M, a Rocking P private stock HO10, October 16th son.
What side? Is that the east side? In the bleachers on the side where the Charolais showed. I don't want to rush you, but we're going to be starting the collegiate Carlo judging contest. And so we're going to be bringing a bunch of kids in to sit in the bleachers. And so we're going to need that area here as soon as possible. So like I said, I'm not trying to rush everybody, but we need you to kind of clear out of there. And then it looks like we have a wallet that was left. Emma Wickline. You left your wallet in the stands, so I've got it up here at the announcer's booth if you would like to come and get it. Emma Wickline.
And the anchor bull in entry 4852 is FBFS Mac 507N, a September 15th son of Stag Fortunate Son 233. Reminder that the Power Simmental event is going on. Get your tickets up here at the front. And Kent Frenzen, a winner of the last 2 years ago, is going to talk a little bit about his experience and what he learned or has gained from the Power Simmental event. So, Kent.
Thank you very much for that. I'd like to encourage everybody, no matter what you're doing, to get involved in this. Is a great program the Simmental Association is putting on. I was lucky enough Susan approached me 2 years ago about entering, and for $100 I entered, and I was able to win a heifer. I chose a heifer that year to start my son's herd with. We have flushed her and sex semen that we received from a producer, and have kept 2 of those back in our herd. And this year, we sold one of those females in our sale for $9,000. So our $100 investment that goes to some really good projects within the Simmental Association, I strongly encourage you and wish you luck to go ahead and enter down here, because it is possible that you will win, and it's a very good program. Thank you.
We are ready for the officials for the carload contest. If Brad and PD and Brent Wieselmeyer would come into the ring. Thank you. Brent Wieselmeyer, if you're in the building, please come to the announcer stand area. We are ready for you to officiate the carload contest. Brent Wieselmeyer.
Over on the Simmental side, we're into the fall long yearling Angus bulls, and really appreciate this pen of bulls. I know it's only a single entry, and it's kind of a cliche. They could have used more competition, but I think I'm pretty genuine when I say that. Really appreciate the soundness that these bulls come to us in, the condition that they're in. If you look at them on the ground, their feet are excellent. I like the bone work in these bulls. They're flat jointed, they're clean, and I think they get out and move. And you get on top of them, there's a lot to them. It's interesting when these pen bulls come in, you get to see them on the halter, and a lot of times they're jumping and skidding around. You really don't get a good look at them, and then it's amazing when they put the halter on them and bring them out there, how uniform they really are. And this pen is really an example of that. When they get them put together, I think, and I think Kevin would agree with me, we're really surprised as to how uniform they really are and how well they do come together. But really, just an excellent pen. I like the quality. So if you would, give them a hand of appreciation on a really nice long yearling class winning set of bulls.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Simmental side, the class winner in that single entry class 4 was Foster Brothers Farms of Lockney, Texas, with a pen of percentage bulls, average weight per day of age of 3.69. Now coming into the ring is the first and second place entries from class 3, entry 3624 Genetics Plus Group, and entry 4225 Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota. We'll be selecting our grand champion and reserve grand champion percentage pen of 3 bulls after our judges' deliberation.
Our first class in the carload contest is going to be black heifers. It's going to be class number 1 on your Scantron card. We're going to judge these in groups, so our first group will be group number 1. And these cattle are offered up to us today by Duello Cattle Company. Dr. Duello has been very kind to let us use these heifers as they are going to be in a sale here this afternoon.
Well, we get to our championship lineup again. Both Robin and I have really enjoyed it, and it's been a challenge. But the bulls are really useful. All the bulls in every class and every individual, every group that brought them has brought good cattle and cattle that are very marketable and for different reasons. So it's been our pleasure, and we look forward to the next pins that we have coming from us and then tomorrow. But more importantly, let's give the breeders a round of applause for their efforts and the time and the money they've spent to come to the National Western. Just like that real challenging class that we just had out here just a few minutes ago, you could actually make a case in that class for any one of the four. You could actually make a case for any one of the three out here with our two winners and our second place. But logically, I think the tough individuals were what made it the most challenging was the calves. So your champions to my right and your calves that were second to them will be your champion in reserve, and not anything I can say bad about you guys here in the middle. Good group of bulls. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Simmental side, your grand champion percentage pen of 3 bulls is entry 3624, Genetics Plus Group of Tecumseh, Nebraska. Your reserve grand champion percentage pen of 3 bulls is entry 4225, Oak Meadow Farms of Harmony, Minnesota. Let's give all of our exhibitors on the Simmental side a round of applause.
Once again, those heifers that are being pinned are pen number 1. Coming in the ring next will be pen number 2. Pen number 2.
And on the Simmental side, we're going to skip the picture break and roll straight on into the Purebred Pen of 3 Bulls show. There's one class and one entry. Class 5 coming into the ring is entry 3988, Shockey Farms of Westmoreland, Kansas. First bull in this pen is SFI Converter N17, a January 31st son of Ruby's Quadrant 210K.
Just to remind everybody where we're at on the carload side, this is pen number 2, black heifers. Pen number 2, black heifers.
On the Simmental side, the second bull in entry 4852, pen of 3 bulls is SFI Kingpin N16, a February 1st son of Ruby's Quadrant 210K.
This class of black heifers on the carload side, please keep in mind, contestants, that these are bred heifers. So these are breeding stock, not the feedlot cattle. So these are bred heifers.
And the anchor bull from entry 3988, Shockey Farms, is SFI Lone Wolf N2, a January 18th son of WHF JS CCS Woodford J001.
Carload contestants, once again, that was pen number 2. Coming into the ring next will be group number 3 of the black bred heifers from Duello Cattle Company.
Over on the Simmental side, before we get talking about this class, this will be the last time you hear from me today. I first of all want to thank Kevin for putting my name forward to the Colorado Simmental Association. It's certainly an honor to be here at the National Western. I first came to Denver in 1980 and didn't miss too darn many until 5-6 years ago. So it's, to me, the National Western is the show in North America, maybe the world, and to be and have such a small part to play, I consider it's only January, folks, but this certainly is going to be the highlight of my year. Getting back to the show, so thank you, Kevin, thank you, Susan, and the Colorado Simmental Association. I certainly appreciate the opportunity. Outstanding set of bulls here to conclude our bull show today. We combine numbers and we were just talking here before about combining the numbers and phenotype. And when we look at these bulls, they really put it all together in terms of structural soundness, phenotype. I like the balance and the style and everything about these bulls. And when you put them together and you look on paper, everything fits. And I think this is really a tribute to the breeding program. I think this is what it's all about. It's too bad, again, that there aren't some other bulls in this class to compare them to, but I think it's pretty obvious the quality that these bulls have, the substance that they have. And again, as you look at them on paper, and I'm not going to go through that, you've got the paper, you can decide what categories you need on your program, but they're certainly well balanced. They excel in every area. It's just a tribute to the folks that are putting these bulls together. So if you would, put your hands together and congratulate an outstanding class winner in this division.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was your grand champion purebred pen of 3 bulls, Shockey Farms of Westmoreland, Kansas, entry 3988. And that concludes the Simmental Bull Pen Show for today. We'd like to thank our lead judge, Kevin Jensen of Cortland, Kansas, and Robin Hogberg of Bar H Land and Cattle. I'd like to thank them both for their efforts today. We will see them again tomorrow. They're going to take a quick picture break over there before we get started into our phenotype and genotype show here in the Simmental side of the ring. That'll be starting here shortly, so stick around.
Carload contestants, once again, we have pen number 3 of the black bred heifers in the ring. The students that are in the ring with the cattle, if you could kind of back up, especially the ones that are in the corner closer to me, we kind of need to keep that opened up a little bit more, if you will, and try not to encroach too much on the ring. Thank you. We have a wallet up at the announcer's stand that was left after the Charolais pen show. Looks like the ID inside says Emma Graff Wickline. If anyone knows Emma, or if she is in listening distance of this, we have your wallet at the announcer's stand in the Stockyards arena. Thank you. Okay, this is your pin number 4 of the black bred heifers. Pin number 4.
Okay, in our bull division, we're going to head into the next new second year of our P&G, phenotype and genotype. And we'll start with our percentage Penna 3 bulls. Our judges for the P&G show, lead judge Gabe Jennings. Gabe is a Red Angus breeder from Mason, Texas. And our assistant today is also Gabe, Angus breeder from Whitman, Nebraska. Bit of introduction on this. It's a combination of phenotype and genotype. So 50% on genotype, so these cattle were actually scored on their EPDs. So half of the scoring on these have been completed last evening, and if you go to your program, you have the EPDs that the judges looked at last evening. We're going to start with our percentage Penna 3 bulls. Bulls born January 2025 or after. First entry will be from Oak Meadow Farms, Harmony, Minnesota. These are bulls that have also been exhibited earlier in the show, but now will be under new judges and, again, phenotype and genotype.
All right, Dr. Rusk is going to attempt to bring each of the pins back, and they're all going to be in the ring at one time. Pin number 1 will be on the ring closest to the announcing stand. Pin number 4 will be on the far side. Just keep that in mind. All right, here is pin number 1. Pin number 1, black bred heifers.
Okay, we're getting started on the Simmental side with the P&G percentage pen of 3 bulls, January 2025 and after. First into the ring is entry 4225, exhibited by Oak Meadow Farms of Harmony, Minnesota. This first bull is OMF Natural N5. A January 13th son of MRSR 71, right now E1538. And again, our judges sorting this P&G show. Our lead judge is Gabe Jennings. Gabe is a registered Red Angus breeder from Mason, Texas. He was a member of the winning national champion collegiate livestock judging team from Texas Tech in 2016. And he was the high individual at San Antonio and 8th high individual at Louisville that year. Following his bachelor's degree, Gabe served as ranch foreman for a seed stock operation where he annually evaluated more than 1,000 sale bull prospects with Simmental, Red Angus, and Angus genetics. He oversaw the gamut of seed stock production from calving, health, evaluation, contemporary group, feeding and nutrition, sale prep, and customer interaction. He is quite familiar with EPD and indexes, disposition scores, and structural importance, including foot and leg scoring. Jennings Ventures has an online heifer sale and is part of R.A. Brown Ranch bull sales. Gabe and his wife Kayla and their 3 young children have a small registered herd, plus he works for ADM Animal Nutrition. Let's give a round of applause for our lead judge, Gabe Jennings, and this P&G Simmental show. Back in the ring, that second bull, exhibited by Oak Meadow Farms, is OMF Neptune N45, a J trademark 1037 son, born January 30th, 2025. And the anchor bull in entry 4225 is OMF Northern N73 as he just enters the ring. He is a J trademark 1037 son, born February 16th, 2025. The average weight per day of age of this entry is 3.75.
On the carload side, we have our black-bred heifers. We have pen number 1 closest to the announcer's booth. We have pen number 2 and pen number 3 now in the ring, and pen number 4 will be penned on the far end. As you think about marking your cards, you're going to bubble in class number 1, and your class placing. Don't forget to do that.
Okay, and then on the Simmental side, our P&G assistant judge is Gabriel Conley. Gabriel is a Keneally, excuse me. Gabriel is a registered Angus breeder from Whitman, Nebraska. Keneally is well versed in both involvement and history within the Angus breed. Growing up in the sand hills of Nebraska on his family's seastock operation, Keneally Angus, he developed a passion for the industry and desire to assist the family business. Gabriel earned a bachelor's degree in finance and later his master's degree with an emphasis in animal breeding and genetics from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Keneally Angus focuses on balanced breeding for both phenotype and genotype. In addition to managing the family herd of 3,000 registered Angus cows, Gabriel had the opportunity to serve as Angus's representative to NCBA's Young Cattlemen's Congress in 2023. Gabriel and his wife, Becca, have 2 children. Gabe and Gabriel both live and breathe beef cattle. They both enjoy evaluating them and strive to raise what the industry needs. The Colorado Simmental Association welcomes Gabe Jennings and Gabriel Keneally to the ring to sort our P&G Simmental show. Let's give them a round of applause and thank you.
Carload contestants, let's start marking our cards and turning those into your group leaders. Hopefully you remember who your group leaders are. Group leaders, you might want to stick your hand in the air. Go ahead and get those cards turned in. Those of you students that are in the inside of the ring want to make sure we get situated again. Just as a reminder, class number 1, or pen number 1 is closest to the announcing booth. Pen number 2, pen number 3, and pen number 4 is on the far end. You want to mark your cards accordingly and start bubbling in your class placing. This is also class number 1, and get those into your group leader. If you don't get this card turned in, it will be forfeited.
Okay, on the Simmental side, as we're getting into the next entry, this is entry 267 from Field Cattle Company of Cortland, Kansas. This first bull in the ring is Fields Norman N506, a Keneally Commerce son, born January 9th, 2025.
If there are spectators in the where we're judging a collegiate livestock judging contest, I think this is on the east side of the building. We just ask that you not walk through the aisle there. We've got a livestock judging contest going on right now, and we don't want to distract our competitors. Thank you.
So catching back up on the Simmental side, that second bull from entry 267 Field Cattle Company was Fields Nash N508, a Keneally Commerce son, born January 12th, 2025. Coming into the ring now is the anchor bull Fields Next Level N510, another Keneally Commerce son, also born January 12th, 2025. The average weight per day of age of that pen is 3.84. This is the second and final entry in Class 6, and also the second entry as we sort our Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion Phenotype and Genotype pen of 3 bulls.
Contestants, just as a reminder, we harped on this yesterday, and some of you weren't in the contest yesterday, but there is no talking. I don't want you smiling at your teammates, winking, giving hand signals, anything like that, because that will be noticed, and we will pull your cards. We're very serious about that this year. We do not want any talking. We pulled 3 cards last year, and it cost some teams their trophy. So please respect each other and yourself, and don't talk to each other, and please don't make any signal towards each other either, because we will notice it. Thank you. I'm just going to put in another quick plug for Duello Cattle Company, Dr. Dave Duello. They're out of Pine Bluffs, Wyoming. All of the heifers that he's providing for us today will be part of a sale later this afternoon. And if you have time this afternoon and are in the yards, please stop by his display and just thank him for his contribution to our contest. I love the fact that we can have a learning experience while we're out here and we can actually see the cattle and see the placing as our officials are talking about it. And without producers like Dr. Duello, we wouldn't have that opportunity. So please give him a thank you if you can this afternoon.
As Gabe Jennings and Gabrielle Keneally confer with each other and look at these bulls that are in our first class of phenotype and genotype, let me reiterate what they are doing. They judged genotype last night. They judged them without knowing pedigrees, without knowing sires. They were only given blank numbers and the EPDs, the indexes. So they had to score each of those EPDs and indexes to come up with their first genotype number without seeing the cattle. They are now looking at the phenotype. So this show is 50% genotype, 50% phenotype. So they are now working on calculating their second set of numbers, scoring each point, whether it be structure or other things that they want to look at, thickness, depth, and so on. And they are calculating that second score so that they can give us both scores so that we can proceed with this show. So we appreciate your patience as they look at it because they have got a lot of moving parts. It's just like when you get a bull catalog in the mail. You usually go through and look through the catalog and you star the ones that fit your operation. You narrow down your field. Instead of looking at 300 bulls, you only look at ones that are going to fit you genotypically. Then when the videos come out, or when you go to the sale in person, you can go back through your top tier and you look at them and appraise them phenotype, and you can match those two up. So that's what they're doing. We appreciate the extra time they're taking. They're going to talk us through all of that, but they have to do those calculations a little bit in a more formal way than our judges did earlier this morning.
On the carload side, real quick, I'm stealing the mic from the Simmental folks, but on the carload side, this is class number 2, Charolais influenced heifers, and this is pen number 1. I'm going to ask the students that are in the ring to kind of pull back once again here on the corner. We're kind of getting encroaching there. We want everybody to be able to see the heifers and bring them down to the far end. Pen number 1, class number 2.
Well, we certainly appreciate the opportunity to be out here evaluating two really nice sets of Simmental bulls. Yesterday evening, we got the opportunity to look at data, which is, as Susan said, what this division is really looking at the combination of data and phenotype. Both of these sets we thought were pretty strong, real strong in terms of data. I think there's just in general just a bit of an advantage in terms of the cattle that are over here on our right. That the biggest advantage there that they've got is just going to be in terms of quality, carcass quality, and as our industry's really seeing a lot of separation in terms of that going on down the road, already seeing it, really like that and appreciate that about this set of cattle. Set of cattle that's got some Cavanese bred into them. Set of cattle that's got tremendous growth bred into them. Really, both sets there do that pretty well. But still, just a bit of an advantage to these bulls over here on our left, as you're sitting in the stands, also on the left. As you going across the paper, stayability, two sets of cattle that are extremely close there. One thing that we're seeing in person here that may not necessarily be expressed on paper is something in terms of back fat. Set of bulls that chart identical in terms of back fat on paper, but have been presented, developed very differently. Seeing some differences in terms of genuine condition over these bulls. A set of bulls here to our left that's really smoothed up in their condition. Bulls on the right over here that are real honest as we're studying them there in some of those points. Ribeye area does give an advantage to this set of bulls over here on our right. To no surprise, bulls that as we're looking at them here, just to steal a little thunder from here as we talk about phenotype in just a minute, a set of bulls that's got really good power, really a lot of thickness back through their stifle quarter as you step in behind those bulls. Certainly appreciate that about them. In terms of indexes, both sets of bulls, in our opinion, rank really well there. Still an advantage over here on the bulls to the left, just by a little bit. But bulls that are breaking the 100 threshold on a terminal index, certainly appreciate that about them. But a set of cattle here to our right that are just right on their heels. In terms of phenotype, two sets of bulls that are really, in our opinion, on polar opposites of the spectrum. You got a set of just deep, easy fleshing, really soggy made type of bulls over here. Could see some excellent females coming out of this set on in the future as far as that goes. Looking at strengths of the Simmental breed, a set of bulls here to our right that's got a lot of power to them. Bulls that are a little bit more rugged in terms of their foot, in terms of their bone. Really appreciate that about them. Structurally, we thought there was some sort amongst both sets of bulls, some points that we really appreciated, points that maybe could be fixed just a little bit in terms of tailhead wanting to crank up just a little bit, bull maybe not wanting to get out, use his hind leg quite as flexible as some others that are even just within the set that we thought were really nice. Set of bulls over here to our right. Again, some bulls that the first bull in that maybe didn't flex out of his hock quite as well. But after that, I think a set of bulls that got really good as far as their feet and legs goes. Bulls that balance up pretty well. Both sets there, we thought. One of the biggest differences, though, in terms of proportional, fitting all the pieces together, the set of power bulls here, I thought, just really exploded out of their spine with a lot more shape to their forerib up high, carried that on down through their center rib, lower rib as well, a set of bulls that had just a little bit more base width, both coming at us and going away from us. So we thought the set of bulls over here to our right, just in terms of mirroring the Simmental strengths, knowing this is a percentage class here, but a set of bulls that we really, really appreciated. Congratulations to y'all. Also a set of excellent bulls in second.
And your grand champion phenotype and genotype pen of 3 bulls is entry 4225, Oak Meadow Farms of Harmony, Minnesota. And your reserve grand champion phenotype and genotype pen of 3 bulls is entry 267, Field Cattle Company of Cortland, Kansas. Let's give those exhibitors another round of applause for an excellent show.
In our carload contest contestants, we want to make sure you are reminded that this is pen number 2 of the Charolais influenced bred heifers, pen number 2. Looks like we're going to be pinning them currently, and then we'll bring out pen number 3. Okay, this is pen number 3, Charolais influenced bred heifers. Once again, we're utilizing the cattle from Duello Cattle Company in Pine Bluffs, Wyoming.
So on the Simmental side, while our judges are taking a picture break from that last Phenotype and Genotype pen show, I'd like to announce our Power Simmental sponsors. I think most of them are in attendance here, but the first is Halter Virtual Fencing. If you see Austin Kohler around, please give him a handshake and say thank you for sponsoring the Power Simmental event. Same goes for Identity, formerly Neogen. So if you see Ashley Bradbury or Curtis Bryant around, go say thank you. Also, M3 Marketing. If you see Matt McFarland around, Matt is also a loyal sponsor of the Power Simmental event. If you see Blake Mary around from Zoetis, either here today or tomorrow, say thank you. Transova is a sponsor of the Power Simmental event. If you see Garrett Steinfeld or Morgan Jones, say hi. Purina is a sponsor, so if you see Rick Jackson around. Vogler Semen Center and Nebraska Bull Service are also sponsors of the Power Simmental event. If you see Lee or Lauren Vogler around, say thank you. So again, Halter, Identity, M3 Marketing, Zoetis, Transova, Purina, Vogler, Semen Center, and Nebraska Bull Service are sponsors of our Power Simmental event. Again, there's if you're looking to buy a card to get your judging in and rank the bulls, they're still selling Power Simmental tickets down by the Simmental banner. So you'll have today and tomorrow to get that done. But if you do want to rank your bulls, the Power Simmental bull judging will happen at the conclusion of the next show, the Phenotype and Genotype show. We'll bring out all of those animals for ranking for the Power Simmental event. So come, please buy your tickets. They're $100.
Coming out next on the carload contest, we have pen number 4, Charolais influenced bred heifers. Contestants, once again, this is a contest where we need to be working independently. You don't need to be looking at anybody else's notes. We're seeing that a little bit. Once again, we are not afraid to pull cards. It's not just a threat. If you're caught more than once, or even once, we're going to pull your card. So we've been told of a potential person looking at someone else's notes. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay, we're bringing out all of the Charolais influenced bred heifers. Pen number 1 is closest to the announcer's booth. Pen number 2, pen number 3 is now coming out. And pen number 4 will be on the far side, which I believe is north. I'm not quite sure about that, but we'll call it north. For those of you, please remember to stay within your group. You need to turn your card in to your group leader. So make sure when you're marking your cards that you're staying with your group and you're turning it into the correct group leader. Also, as a reminder, this is class number 2 on your Scantron. And then you'll want to make sure that you have your placing selected as well.
Okay, Gabe and Gabriel are back from pictures, and so we're getting started with the P&G Purebred pen of 3 bulls on the Simmental side. First in the ring is entry 4720, exhibited by Lee Simmental Farms of Columbia, Missouri. The leadoff bull is LLSF Touchstone N200, a March 4th son of WHF Point Proven H45. A reminder to those in the audience and out in the pens, following the conclusion of this class, we will be ranking, we'll be bringing back all of the animals that are entered into the Power Simmental event, and we'll be ranking all of the bulls in this arena. If you'd like your cards and your placings to count, please be here for the conclusion of this show for the Power Simmental judging and ranking. Second bull from entry 4720 is LLSF Woodsman N258, a March 10th son of WHF JSCCS Woodford J001. And the anchor bull of entry 4720 is LLSF Bold Move N450, a March 3rd son of KBHR Bold Ruler H152. The average weight per day of age of this pen is 3.43. Bulls are exhibited by Lee Simmental Farms of Columbia, Missouri.
Okay, carload contestants. All 4 pens are currently in the ring. Pen number 1, once again, is closest to the announcer's stand. Pen number 2, pen number 3, and pen number 4 would be on the far end. You're going to start wanting to mark your cards. You're going to select class number 2 and then bubble in your placing as well. You'll want to start getting those cards into your group leader. You want to stay with your group, get your cards into your group leader, no one else's.
Over on the Simmental side, now coming into the ring is entry 3988, exhibited by Shockey Farms Incorporated of Westmoreland, Kansas. The leadoff bull is SFI Converter N17, a January 31st son of Ruby's Quadrant 210K.
Last call for cards to be turned in for Class 2. Please make sure all of your cards are turned in for Class 2 Charolais influenced heifers. Once again, I just want to give another plug to Dr. DeWello and DeWello Cattle Company. Please make sure you go into the yards and thank him again this afternoon. Him allowing us to use his bred heifers for these first 2 classes is very valuable.
Okay, in entry 3988, second bull in this pen is SFI Kingpin N16, a February 1st son of Ruby's Quadrant 210K. And the anchor bull from that entry 3988 is SFI Lone Wolf N2, a January 18th son of WHF JSCCS Woodford J001. This pen has an average weight per day of age of 3.82, an average API of 148, and an average TI of 91.
Do we have all the cards? Okay.
So while Gabe Square decide to or deliberate on our P&G Purebred Pen Show, for those that weren't here before, how this phenotype and genotype show works. All bulls are required to have genomically enhanced EPDs, requiring a DNA sample sent and incorporated into their genetic predictions. 50% of the score is based on genotype, which is their EPD and dollar index values. This is judged ahead of the show, so they rank these prior to seeing them. And then also, as they get here today and they're exhibited right now, 50% of the score is also based on their phenotype and their visual appraisal. This is judged live. And then these scores are tabulated up here at the announcer's booth on the big screen so you can follow along. And that's how a phenotype and genotype show works for us. So I think we're ready for their placing in this Grand and Reserve Champion Purebred Pen of 3 Bulls in the phenotype and genotype show.
Well, again, two sets of bulls here that, like the last class, are really different in terms of the type of cattle and the packages that they put together. The cattle that I think both have strengths in each group. The cattle to our left here, starting with data that we looked at last night. I love the versatility of this set of bulls. Cattle that have a lot of Cavanese bred into them. You can a producer can start with bulls like these on heifers and transition later on in life and be able to use these on mature cows without giving anything up. Because again, these excel extremely well in terms of growth traits on weaning and yearling weight. Ones that, reading across the paper again, predict to have cows that are going to have a lot of longevity to them. Really appreciate that about a set of bulls like this. That cows, in terms of number one profitability, cows that can stick around and really keep doing a really good job. Cattle over here to our right, ones that actually have an advantage in terms of carcass quality. Marbling EPD reads really nice on this set of bulls over here. Like we talked about just before, that's a lot of marketing advantage to be able to talk about something like that. Really appreciate that about them. Looking at scan data on these cattle, love how lean this set of bulls is in terms of honesty. Set of cattle that I know are giving up quite a bit of age here, but bulls that have really gained well for their weight, being all March-born bulls here, really scan with a lot of ribeye area per hundredweight. So really like that about this set of cattle. When you step in behind them, indicators there back that up in terms of having quite a bit of turn and shape to their quarter when you get behind them. Bulls over here to our left again, ones that still scanned really good with a lot of IMF. Really like that on this set, even if the data gave an advantage over here. Really good set of bulls. I think as strong as they are on paper, I think when these bulls come into the ring, still a set of bulls that's awfully impressive. From the first one that comes in and then that anchor bull, really I think is an impressive bull. Love how square he is on his feet and legs. Really sets down on a sound, functional foundation. Big and opened up in his center cavity, and when you step in behind, has a lot to offer as well. A uniform set of bulls that I think is really good in that regard. One thing we noted as well in terms of being clean sheath, something that maybe gets overlooked from time to time, but really appreciates. I'm coming from a part of the world where prickly pear is an obstacle that bulls have to get around, and so really like that about this set of cattle. Over here again, that we talked about, cattle stepping in behind them, really, really thick, like where they're at in terms of their age. Maybe want to mirror the set of bulls to our left a bit in terms of opening up right behind their shoulders, strengthening up their top line a little bit. I think when the blaze-faced bull comes in, though, one's it's real strong in his top line, real level, one of the longest sets out of his hip there, but a set of bulls that could go to the ground just a little bit square. Two real nice set of pins, though. Congratulations to each of you.
Carload contestants, we're starting class number 3, Simmental heifers. Simmental heifers, this is pen number 1.
On the Simmental side, thank you, judges, for evaluating our phenotype and genotype show. Our grand champion phenotype and genotype pen of 3 purebred bulls was exhibited by entry 3988 Shockey Farms Incorporated of Westmoreland, Kansas, with a pen of average weight per day of age of 3.82, an average API of 148, and an average terminal index of 91. Your reserve grand champion phenotype and genotype purebred pen of 3 bulls was exhibited by entry 4720 Lee Simmental Farms of Columbia, Missouri. That pen's average weight per day of age was 3.43 with an average all-purpose index of 132 and an average terminal index of 91. Let's give those exhibitors a round of applause and thank you, judges. That concludes our phenotype and genotype show. Stick around. If you purchased a Power Simmental ticket or would like to purchase a Simmental ticket, we're about to bring back all of the entries into the Power Simmental Bull event for judging and ranking. That'll happen right here at the ring. That'll happen right now. So if there's folks back at the stalls that purchased a ticket, please encourage them to come back. You're ranking your animals now, so make your voice count.
Contestants, we want to be mindful of the cattle in the ring. We want to stay back against the fence.